Hey guys, Robo here with another Hero Colosseum video, this time using the deck that saved Christmas, I believe is what it was called. Now this is a tribute to Team 4-Star, basically in a few of the movies they did. Basically they had them saving Christmas, so I thought this would be funny. So you've got Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Trunks, Super Vegeta, Piccolo, and Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, because there's not a Super Saiyan 1 Gohan figure. So it's an interesting deck. I actually I messed up a game earlier because my 0-1 skills are currently on that Vegeta and not on the usual character they're on, so one of my other decks kind of got screwed over. But anyway, first turn I'm just trying to buff people up. Trunks obviously buffs the speed, Goku adds some attack, and Gohan is buffing himself with attack and defense. Plus, when somebody's knocked out, he gets 10% extra damage and 5% extra damage when he gets hit himself. So the first turn I expect to take damage. I know that I'm usually going to lose a figure as well, because I mean some of them aren't great. I did consider using the Goku that Furs here is using, because that Super Rare Goku lowers the ultimate gauge of your opponent, and that's quite handy. It was ironic really that I ran an 0-1 skill Vegeta in this and it was completely useless because he had a ultimate gauge lower, so yeah, that kind of screwed me over a bit. But so I tried to make this as fast as possible, this deck, but it just isn't quick enough. So even with all the boosts I've got, I'm still only... Actually, 11,780 is not bad, really, considering one of my figures has about 2,500, the Goku. But his team is just too fast. He's got a Future Trunks and a Vegito in there. Actually 10,000 already, so you're not going to outspeed that. Not with this deck. So I'm going to take a lot of damage to my Master this turn. He's going to have Trunks and that Goku hitting directly. And Vegito is without a doubt going to kill my Goku figure because he's Vegito. And he does a ridiculous amount of damage. But that has buffed Gohan's damage, which will enable him to easily wipe out Vegito in response. So I've taken quite a lot of damage to my Master here. It's not worrying, but you know, it's not ideal. I'd rather have had a bit more health going into the second half of this battle, so I return, not going to do a lot with Trunks, probably a couple thousand in return because the Trunks isn't that damaging. He actually did a bit more than I thought. The main thing this turn was killing the Vegito, which I luckily do manage to do. Now the next turn was going to be a bit more interesting because I was going to have to put Piccolo down to just ensure that I didn't get wiped next turn, in all honesty, because that was quite a high possibility with the powerful figures in his deck. He has a Broly there, he's still got his Future Trunks, so, and he's got that Super Vegeta, so I went one across the board just to protect myself as well and to get the effects of the buffs for all of them. The problem with this deck is they don't really trigger that well on the left hand side, especially the back row or the middle, so the Piccolo gets kind of negated in a way. It's irritating, but not overly. It's bearable, we'll put it like that. And since it's only a little gimmicky deck, it doesn't really matter that much. So Piccolo's going to take a lot of damage, but will hopefully be able to hold on. Gohan will survive because he's got good defense now, because he'll have 2 turns of his buffing, so that's an extra 700 onto his defense. Sadly, he outspeeds again. I may have to, if I keep using this deck, I'd have to change it up a bit and try and use slower versions of these figures and try and go for second up skills, because this deck isn't quite fast enough to compete with fast decks. And it honestly doesn't do enough to counter defense decks. I was surprised I actually managed to have a decent game with this deck, actually. So Goku hits Piccolo, hits him hard, and unfortunately it's a bit harder than I was expecting, so Vegeta will have no problems taking Piccolo out, because that Vegeta, that is such an underrated figure. It got blown away when ones like Jiren and Co came out, because prior to some of the newer figures, Vegeta was your go-to 01 skiller or Golden Frieza, but Vegeta, because he get plus 1000 on his trigger square, he just did insane amounts of damage. But Gohan survives, takes out Future Trunks. That's a big win for me. I'm actually down a figure. No, I'm not. I'm actually drawing, sorry. I wasn't paying attention then. I'm drawing right now, but it's actually not too bad, because I've still got two very heavy hitting figures in there, and Trunks. So I know I have to put somebody heavy hitting down the middle to counter whoever's going to ult, and Vegeta, he's got more than enough power there to blow away whatever goes there, and I'm actually very fast now. He's lost his two fastest figures in Vegito and Trunks, so I can actually outspeed him, especially with these three whose speed are through the roof. Thank you to Trunks for buffing the speed of them all. He's such a good figure, actually. He's going to get wiped out this turn. Broly's just going to punch him. It's going to be like that scene in the movie where Broly just wipes him out. But Vegeta and Gohan will both be able to win their fights and kill them, so that'll be pretty much the end of it, because there's nothing you can do, really. That's the problem. If you run speed figures, all of them have got to be fast enough, and that Goku, it's a good figure. I like that Goku. For a super rare, it's a good figure. But the weakness of it is that you've got to run it in a defensive deck because it's not fast enough. That is the problem. His figures just weren't fast enough to counter me in the end. Everything in the speed deck has to be able to go 4000 plus, I'd say. But Trunks did okay. He did some damage. He didn't do much, really, in the grand scheme of things. Gohan's going to blow away Vegeta here. No problem at all. And Vegeta will get to kill Kakarot, something that I'm sure will make him very, very happy. I only just killed him. Minus 700 defense to the opponent. I think the opponent's dead. You can't really reduce his defense any more than that. Broly is such a good figure. He just wiped Trunks right out. So his ultimate gauge is still going to be there, but my ultimate gauge is actually now triggered thanks to Goku being dead and not reducing it. So I drop Gohan off the field, leaving Vegeta to final flash it and get the win over Broly. Quite a successful day for Vegeta, really, when you think about it. He killed Broly, he killed Goku. So that was a decent performance by that deck. So there we go, the deck that saved Christmas. I know it's a bit early, but considering some stores are already putting out stuff with Christmas in, I thought it would be a bit of fun to do it now. And I couldn't think of a Halloween deck to do, so... But thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please hit the like button and subscribe to keep up to date with all of my Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 Hero Colosseum matches. And let's just watch Vegeta blow the Master away with a final flash for 15,000. Yep. So thank you all once again, and I'll see you all next time.